Hey, Rage Nation, it's your ringmaster of ceremonies, Cool Breeze Justin Christie here one more time with another episode of Rage Talk. We're talking all things Rage in the Cage 88, which is happening Saturday, June 18th at the Oklahoma City Farmers Public Market. You can get your tickets at stubwire.com, and the day before, on June 17th, they're going to have Roll in the Cage 5. It is a super summer showdown once again for Rage in the Cage. I am here today with Colton Hamm, who drove here to Whiskey Nights Dance Hall and Saloon all the way from Arkansas for this interview. Colton, how are you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm doing great. Just pumped about the fight and ready to get back in the octagon.
I am really excited to watch you fight. You're taking on Tyson Swisher Sweet Southern at Rage in the Cage 88 on June 18th. Tell us a little bit about how that fight came about and a little bit of what can we expect to see from you in that fight.
Man, I actually took a long layoff after my last fight. Have done a lot of reflecting back on my career, and it's a guy I've been interested in fighting. He's game, and Summer messaged me with the opportunity, and it was my time to step back in there and get at it. So I'm ready for it.
Awesome. How long has it been since you fought last?
It was February. I think it's going to end up being about a 4-month layoff, which is pretty long for my terms.
Okay, tell us a little bit about how your last fight went, and the difference you've made from that fight coming into this one.
Well, I fought Alfred Walker out of Tulsa or out of Muskogee. I fought him in Muskogee, and he's a world champion level kickboxer.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't end up going my way. And I've switched up camps. I've really focused a lot more on cardio, and I'm gonna slow my pace down, and I'm gonna control the fight and do it my way. And I really think that's how this is gonna shape out.
Alfred Freight Train Walker is one hell of an opponent to have as your last fight. Tyson Southern, he's been on a winning streak lately, kind of been on fire as well. What do you know about Tyson, and are you doing anything special to prepare for him?
No, not anything special. I know he's super game. He's high intensity. He brings it, and he's not scared to scrap. He's well thought out. He's methodical, and I don't know. It's a fight I'm super interested in. We've grappled before, but it was like 3 years ago. So
right on. Don't cut yourself short. You're high intensity too, man. I've watched you fight several times, and I'm obviously very highly impressed by all of your performances. Win, lose, or draw, you always bring 100% to that cage. So a little bit, you're traveling all the way from Arkansas. Tell us a little bit about the gym that you train in. Come into frame with me. There we go.
I've been training at Apex Academy with Jeremy Loney, and Brandon Harp is my striking coach. We've been super hard on the cardio. My coach doesn't allow me to make excuses. He really, really, really pushes the issue. If I'm not there on Saturday or Sunday, he's messaging me, where are you at? What are you doing today? What are you eating? He's always right on my back, and he's, you can tell he cares about where I'm at just as much as we have the same goal in mind, and we have the same vision. So it really feeds into my energy, and I feed into his, and I can feel the electricity between us when we're in the gym.
Awesome. I love hearing stuff like that. When did you get started in martial arts originally?
Man, so I went to high school, and my best friend in high school's brother was a professional fighter, Chase Smith, and I always wanted to. My dad never let me because he had me focusing on football. But as soon as I graduated and I moved away, and when I moved back, I just had a friend ask me if I knew where to get into MMA at. I took him to the gym to let him train, and he quit 2 weeks, and I just kept going. And
okay. Nice. What was your first experience like walking into a gym?
It was in he actually had his own gym in his backyard.
Okay.
And it was called the Redneck Fight Club. We trained in it.
Redneck Fight Club.
Yeah, we trained in his backyard. And those were some tough dudes, and I sparred with nothing but pros, maybe one other amateur in there every day. Any toughness I have, it was built there.
Okay, I totally understand that, man. Back in my old days, like I'm a super old guy, we did those, hollowed out swimming pools filled with sand, pit fights, you know what I mean? Way back in the day, back in the 90s. But, coming forth, you're stepping into Rage in the Cage 88 at the Oklahoma City Farmers Market live on Fight TV. You've been to some big shows before. You've been to the ones up in Tulsa at the casinos up there. You've been around the block. You're obviously wearing a Bellator shirt. What are some of your goals? In these regional fights. And where you want to see yourself in the next 5 years.
So, yeah, I've taken 3 or 4 opportunities in the last year trying to make the jump, and I don't think I've paced myself, and I pride myself on being somebody who will fight anybody, and I'm not afraid to fight anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I should have stepped back and built a little more, step by step instead of trying to make the big jumps. Bellator was the most amazing experience of my life. The lights, I could feel. I wasn't nervous. I was born for it, but I just took the step a little bit too soon. Of course, I'm not afraid to fight anybody. Nobody's afraid to fight anybody. We're all fighters. But like I said, it has to be built one step at a time. And I feel like this is the right step. This fight right here. And in 5 years, I've got kids coming up that are amazing athletes. And so I give it 3 or 4 fights. And if I'm back on that path towards there, I'm gonna stick with it. If not, I think I'm gonna focus on coaching my kids and things like that. But right now, I'm 100% in, and I'm trying to get back to that stage.
I love it. Well, guys, you can check out Colton Hamm taking on Tyson Southern at Rage in the Cage 88 live on Saturday, June 18th at the Oklahoma City Farmers Market. You could also check it out at the Fight TV app. You can download that and check out all kinds of content from Fight TV as well. But more specifically, the Rage in the Cage content is the absolute best I think they've got on there. I'm a little biased, but I'm Cool Breeze. I can be biased a little bit. So check it out on Fight TV. Colton Hamm, Tyson Southern. It's going to be a fight for the ages, guys. A couple of really intense up and coming fighters that they're going to have a heck of a career ahead of them, regardless of how this fight turns out. So Colton Hamm, thank you again so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Like I said, guys, get your tickets at stubwire.com. Colton, where can they get their tickets?
Stubwire.com.
Stubwire.com. Don't forget, and check us out on Fight TV. I've been your host and ringmaster of ceremonies, Cool Breeze, Justin Christie. We are here live at Whiskey Nights Dance Hall in Saloon, which will also be the after party spot after Rage in the Cage 88. Hey, can you two-step?
Oh, I could two-step.
You could two-step? Ladies, you don't even want to know. Hold up. Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
All right.
I'll be two-stepping with my wife.
Yeah. Wife. Yeah. She can come over here. She go fist fight all the other ladies. We're going to beat them off with the stick.
We don't need nobody fighting. We'll be two-stepping, though. Come have a fun time.
You be the only one fighting, but come on out here and two-step and have a good time at Whiskey Nights Dance Hall and Saloon, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Rage Talk. Make sure you subscribe and like the Rage in the Cage OKC Facebook page. We're also live on the Fast Productions YouTube page. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to the Rage in the Cage OKC YouTube page as well. Thank you again, Colton. Guys, this has been Rage Talk. See you at the fights.
See you there.